Hey, what's up guys, Soldier Knows Best here about to give you my review of the Blackberry Playbook. And this is RIM's first take out of tablet to see if they can kind of capture some of this big market share in the tablet world, and we'll go ahead and see how they actually fare. But it's going to first take a look at the design and the hardware, starting with the internals of this device. Now the device itself has a 1 GHz dual core processor, it has 1 GB of RAM, it has a GPS, accelerometer, digital compass, and a gyroscope all inside of this. It also has a battery which gets you about between 7 and 8 hours worth of battery life there, which is decent. Now the whole package itself weighs 0.9 pounds, so it is very light, and the screen size is a 7-inch LCD display. Now the LCD display is a resolution of 1024 by 600, and I would tell you this screen looks absolutely amazing. They included an HD video clip on here just to show you how good this thing looks. Now I'm showing it to you right now, so hopefully you can see exactly how good this screen is. Maybe not, but if you go into and hold this device itself in person, you'll be wowed by the screen. All the colors, everything just really pops out at the screen at you. Now here's a size comparison between the Playbook and the iPad 2. You can tell it's not that big of a difference at all. Well, I kid. It is a considerable difference between a 7-inch tablet like the Playbook and a 9.7-inch tablet like the iPad 2. And that will translate over to software, but I'll hit that a little bit later on when we talk about that. But also too, I compare it to a little Xbox 360 game case here. It's about the same size as that game case. So you can tell this thing is very small, but I do like this form factor because it can fit in my pocket actually, as you can see. So that's not bad at all, but I may have just big pockets, so who knows. Okay, and let's go ahead and dive into the hardware a little bit deeper here. On the bottom of the device, you'll find a micro USB port and also a micro HDMI port, which supports 1080p playback. So if you want to hook this thing up to an HDTV and play back your content or show whatever you're playing on your screen on your Playbook, you can do that. And also on the front of the device, you will find the best speakers on any tablet so far. And I think it's most importantly because of just the placement of the speakers. Most tablets put the speakers on the bottom or the back of the device, which really doesn't make that much sense. RIM put these speakers right on the front, and these speakers are very loud. I don't need to have them turned all the way up to be able to hear everything that I'm playing back on my Playbook. So these speakers are absolutely amazing. And also on the top of the device, you'll find a headphone jack. And also you find some playback controls and also the volume controls at the top. And also you'll find the worst part of this Playbook, and that is the power button. The power button is too small. It's extremely small, and you don't get really any type of feedback or sensation like it's a real button. And this is just the hardest button I've ever had to press in my life, and I don't see how RIM actually went through testing and everything and didn't find this power button a sore or pain to use. And it's pretty sad that they let this power button slip through, but that power button is completely horrible. So I just hate it. I hate the power button. Now let's go ahead and get into the cameras in the Playbook. Now it features a rear-facing camera, which is a 5 megapixel camera. On the front is a 3 megapixel camera, and both of these cameras, both of them shoot 1080p HD video. Then this is nice. Now I'm going to show you a couple of video clips here, and also pay attention to the video quality and also the audio quality of the microphones on the Playbook. And so what you're looking at right now is the 1080p video recording on the rear-facing camera on the Blackberry Playbook here. So I am indoors here, but hopefully the lighting will work in here. You can just still get a sense of how the actual quality of the video is, and make sure you do pay attention to the microphone too. And so I'm using the audio you hear coming from my mouth is the coming from the built-in microphone on the Blackberry Playbook here, and so it should sound pretty good. And so I'm gonna walk around here a little bit. I did an outdoor video test using the Blackberry Playbook here earlier this week, and I'll put a link at the end of this video for that video if you want to go ahead and see how this thing performs outdoors. We had a lot of tornadoes come through here yesterday, so it's pretty gloomy outside, gloomy and raining. Anyway, here looking at my iComfy pillow collection here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and stop this video right here and go ahead and show you just some of the settings here in the video camera application here itself. So you swipe down there from the top there, you can access all the videos that you recorded. You can actually change the quality or the resolution from 480p, 720p to 1080p, depending on what you're looking for. Also, you can change the white balance here as well, and different presets, one for sports and one for whiteboard. I don't know exactly what that is, but anyway, so that's just a quick look at the camera application here for the Blackberry Playbook. So you can see by those video clips here, the Playbook takes some very nice videos, and also the audio is loud and the audio is clear. So there is a stereo microphone on the front of the Playbook itself. And I have to say, the front-facing camera on the Playbook, which normally the front-facing camera is the worst out of the two cameras, but the front-facing camera on the Playbook is actually better than most other tablets rear-facing cameras, and that's pretty bad for all those other tablets. So audio quality and video recording on the Playbook is very exceptional. Okay, so now we got the software portion of my review, and I'm going to show you the general OS and also the multitasking, the keyboard, the gestures, the browser, and all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. Now, the first thing you notice here, we're at the home screen of the Blackberry Playbook, and you'll see that it does have a little multitasking slider here to show you all your open applications that you have open here. Now, some of the gestures that you can do, you can swipe up from the bottom, because this whole bezel around here is actually touch sensitive as well, just not the main portion of the screen. So if you swipe up from the bottom there, you can see all the applications that you have here. If you want to rearrange these applications, you can simply tap and hold them down for about a couple seconds and drag it over, and it'll drop in place. Also, you have an application you want to add to your favorites here. You can drag it up to your favorites, release it. It'll go right back up to where it was, but also come here now. It's in my favorite section. Now you can swipe up from the bottom, and no matter what application you're in, no matter what you are doing, if you swipe up from the bottom, it will always get you back to the home screen. And depending on what application that you're in, if you're in like a photos application, if you swipe down from the top there, it'll bring up a menu for that specific application. Now, if you're just at the home screen, if you swipe down from the top there, it'll bring you to the settings here. You can change all the settings here. There's a nice little amount of settings here that you can change from. And also it does have some security settings, since this is a BlackBerry product here, or a RIM product. It has very good settings here as far as changing the certificates and all that stuff, all you business and corporate world people out there. Now, let me see here. Now, also too, if I'm in an application, I can swipe in from any of these two top corners, and it'll bring up the settings here. I can get back to the general settings if I wanted to. Also, you can take a quick look at the battery life, your Wi-Fi network, and also Bluetooth and orientation lock. You're going to lock the orientation if you wanted to. And so those are just like the basic gestures on the Playbook. Now, it's talking about multitasking. Again, if I have this multitasking open here, if I have this application open, I want to get rid of it, I can simply just swipe up on it. It'll close that application on out. Or you can actually just tap the application, tap the X button right there at the bottom there, and it'll get rid of that application. Now, as far as the multitasking, how it works here is that it has 3 different settings you can choose for the multitasking. So right now, I have the Need for Speed Undercover game going on here, and I'm going to go ahead and start a game here. Now, right now, I have it set up that if I was to exit this application, right now it will continue to play, but if I was to go back into this app world here, that application will stop. It is frozen in state right now. Just because I went into another application. Now, if you go into the settings here, you can change this if you wanted to, and you can choose to have a default where it will go frozen once I go into another application. You can actually have it go pause as soon as you get out of the application. It will pause itself and freeze itself, and that's the best one for battery life and performance issues. Also, you do have the showcase one, which will continue to allow the application to run in place no matter what you're doing. I can turn the volume up here. All right. Hopefully you can hear that. So you can see here I'm in the app world. You can still hear the game going on there. And this would be good if you're watching any type of movies or watching a YouTube video. It'll still work, but not really good if you're playing games, because now, yeah, something is going crazy there. Because it's playing, I'm not really actually playing it. But anyway, I can get rid of that there. And that's how the multitasking works. And the multitasking is really slick and really sleek on the Playbook. And that also brings us to a negative as well. One of the main problems with the Playbook at launch, it doesn't have any type of native email application, contacts application, note-taking application, or video chat application at all, which is just really stupid. You can only get those certain applications right now if you do have another BlackBerry phone, and that'll allow you to do the BlackBerry Bridge, will allow you to actually sync up or pair your phone to the Playbook, and then you can kind of share your contacts, share your note taking, or share your calendar information as well. But once you disconnect that little connection there, you lose all those applications and information on your Playbook. So RIM has said they are going to be releasing an update to bring those applications to the Playbook, but it's kind of sad that they didn't have those at launch. And that's going to take a look at the browser real quick. Now, if you open up the browser here, it's pretty nice. It does support all the multi-touch functions here as far as pinching and zooming there if you wanted to. And also too, if you just wanted to tap in and get a little closer there to whatever you're looking at on the web page, you can. And also too, if you swipe down from the bottom here, you'll get all the options here. You can favorite the pages, bookmark pages. You can take a look at all your downloads if you have downloaded anything from the browser itself. And also too, it does have tab browsing, which is really nice. Simply tap on the tab, it'll take you right to it. And you add a new tab here, and this will show you your favorite bookmarks that you have here. And these are just the standard ones that come on every Playbook, and you can edit these if you wanted to, X amount if you wanted to. And also it has a list view, and you can add whatever bookmarks that you want to it. Now, another benefit of this, I didn't want to do that, but another benefit of this Playbook is that it does actually play Flash as well. It does play Flash video here, and I'm going to load up a Flash video here on YouTube. There it is. It's playing just fine. No problems at all. So I haven't had any issues with Flash running on the Playbook so far. The ads still do load up. That's good or bad depending on who you are. But the video plays just well. I can go to full screen if I wanted to. You can tap to pause it if you wanted to, just like any type of YouTube function. And so the video quality is really, really good. But also too, with the Flash is that you have an option to turn it on or off. Apple, they can easily do this, I think. But you can turn the Flash on and off if you wanted to here. And let me find out where it is. Yeah, okay, here it is. So you can enable Flash if you wanted to, turn it off, and then now it's not going to come on the screen here if I was to refresh this page. You'll see I'll get the familiar little logo here that you'll find on really any other iOS product there that I don't have Flash. So I really do like the browser. It is a couple, 2 or 3 seconds slower than a lot of other browsers out there on Android and iOS, but I think the features kind of make up for that. Okay, so this brings me to my final verdict on the Blackberry Playbook, and I must say this is one of the best tablets out on the market right now. And a few of the good things about this tablet that I just really like is the OS. The operating system is very sleek, it's very refined, very polished, takes great advantage of the multi-touch gestures to be able to activate and do different things with the menu system and all that. And also too, I think this is the first 7-inch tablet that I actually liked because RIM has been able to design the OS from the ground up for this screen size. Other 7-inch tablets are usually running some type of cell phone OS or something that, and that's probably why I really didn't like it that much. But also too, the hardware on this device is really nice. The cameras produce very good quality, and the microphone is great quality. And also the speakers on the front of the device really just make a better experience and just way better than any other tablet speakers out there. And also I do like the price point. It does hit that magical price point of $500 for the 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi only versions, and you can get other memory sizes. Of course, they go up in price. Now, a couple of the cons, speaking of that, I would have liked to seen some type of 3G option in one version of these tablets. There's a 4G Blackberry Playbook coming later on down the year, but I think a 3G option at launch would have been really good. And also too, I hate the power button. The power button is absolutely horrible. That's really inexcusable. And also the lack of any type of native applications for email, for note taking, for contacts is just something that makes you just kind of scratch your head about how they let that pass. But the Playbook, I think, is a really nice, solid tablet out there. And I think a lot of people out there who are looking for an alternative to the iPad, they will not be disappointed with the Playbook, and I just really like this thing. I love this thing. So stay tuned. I am going to do a comparison between the Playbook and the iPad 2, so stay tuned for that video. I know a lot of people have been asking for that, but please leave a comment down below about what you think about the Playbook so far, what you've seen. I know some of you out there actually have it. I would like to see a little mini review in the comment section, guys. And thanks for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.